Hey guys, welcome back to my Lyft channel. I wanted to talk to you today about what I actually made my first real week of working on driving. So, when you're driving, you can drive actually 12 hours per day, which is actual driving, but you may end up driving anywhere between 15 and 20 hours till you get a ride. So it can be a long day. I've been trying to figure out the best schedule for myself to get out and drive. It takes some time to get used to being in the car for long periods of time. Um, you got to download a lot of good music or some podcasts to keep your mind uh, busy. Conversations with people have been pleasant. I've only had one bad experience out of 188 rides. That is my total. Right now, I currently have a 5.0, which is the best rating you can have. I'm at gold status, and the next level is platinum. And there's bonuses and perks that they give you along the way that can help incentivize you as well. Um, so I drive a 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage. It's a four-door compact car. Um, it's great on gas, about $20, $25 max to fill it up. I get around 360 miles on a tank of gas. So it averages out about 38 to 39 around town to 43 in town. And if I'm on the highway making long trips, I get around 50 miles a gallon. So I can't complain about that. It's great. When people get in my car, they're like, wow, this is really roomy for the way it looks on the outside because it's a small car, but inside it's quite roomy. So with that being said, I want to go over some things with you. So last week, I only worked 29 hours actual driving people. I had 44 rides, and in that amount, I made $536.52. So for only working 29 hours, technically, it's not bad. I averaged out to be around 19, 18, high 18 to low 19s per hour. So that's not bad for, being self-employed out there doing your own thing. I'm trying to get it up to 40 hours. It takes some practice and some time. Uh, I noticed that the times here in the Tampa Bay market, the best time is really around 3 o'clock in the morning. You're getting a lot of traffic and opportunities over near the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. And Tampa is busy 24/7. It's not like this area where I live, where I'm in Tampa Bay market, but I'm in an area that's more touristy, but I'm not at the beach, so to speak. I'm in an area called Tarpon Springs. It's a small community, so there's not a lot of activity going on here. So if you want to make money, you got to go to Tampa or down to the beach and get the airport. The airport has been a great source of long rides, so those were opportunities for you to make more money. So some of the downfalls that I've noticed is nobody tips. I noticed maybe it's just my car because it's a least expensive car, but sometimes I'll get rides that are $3.40 and I get no tip. So, they maybe the ride's $10, but I only make 40% of that. So, you know, Lyft gets more money than we actually get. And when riders don't tip, it adds up. At the end of the day, when you drive 10 rides, if everybody gave $2, that's extra money that goes in your pocket that incentivizes you to keep getting out there. But when people don't tip, it's not that I'm not friendly. I have good ratings for friendliness, clean car, safe driving. Um, so I just think it's just the economy that we're in right now. People just aren't tipping. But I know that when I go out and use this service, I always tip. But that's just me. But everybody's not like me. So anyways, I want to go over a couple other things. The rate card. So because my car is a compact car, it falls under the least expensive opportunities to make money. So how they rate my car is I get 75 cents, the basic rate. So I pick somebody up, I make 75 cents. Then I get 64 and a half cents a mile. and I get 8 cents a minute. So when you got a quick ride that goes around the corner for 10 minutes, you're not really making any money. You might make $4, like I'm saying, and nobody tips, so that's $4. So that kind of sucks. I've had a day where I went out and I drove like 10 rides, and they were literally $4 rides a piece. And I was so discouraged at the end of that. I was like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Because I'm not making any money. So Lyft does these incentives different days of the week where you get a streak zone, which is $21. If you're in that area, you get a ride, and then you're automatically qualified to get the $21 as long as you complete 2 additional rides at some point. And you can't log out more than 15 minutes to take a break, or you lose that incentive. And then also they do streak zones where it may be $15 or $9 or $18, and they're in different areas of my Tampa Bay market, and they're at different times. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning. It's an $18 streak. That means you get 3 rides in a row. You automatically get $18. The problem is that the highlighted areas doesn't always mean that there's somebody there needing a ride, because I've driven to those areas where it was incentivized $10, $8, and no one uses me. And I'm like, wow, what a waste. I drove around for an hour in that area. Not one person needed me, but why was it highlighted that that was a critical area? So it's misleading at times, but it's just the nature of this beast. It's a service job, and you're out there just providing a service to the community. So I noticed the airport ride. So what I do now is I go on the St. Pete airport and I look and see what time the arrivals are. And I plan my day the day before. I go through there and I write down when the arrivals are. And I go to the Tampa Bay airport as well, international airport, and I write down when the arrivals are. Now, Tampa Bay, the arrivals are coming in basically every hour on the hour. So I do about 8 hours in advance when I'm going to be driving. And then anything else, I don't go ahead of that because, it's subjective with flights. But so you can actually make some money if you just go sit over by the airport, which is pretty easy to do. And now I'm familiar with the airport. It's confusing at first, but once you drive there more often, it's pretty simple. It'll tell you red side gate 20 or blue side gate 127, and that's where the person is. You just drive up and they're ready to go. You jump in the car, and it's usually a long ride. It's usually at least a 20-minute ride to up to an hour ride, and those rides are where you can actually make decent money. So I think one of the rides I made at the most was like $36, and that included the tip. The person actually tipped me, which was awesome. So, you're in the car with somebody for a long time, which is weird because a lot of my rides are really short rides. So when you have someone in the car for a long period of time, some people just want to play on their phone and not talk. Some people want to talk and ask you a lot of questions about the area if they're traveling. And some people, I had one gentleman that wanted to sing the same song on his phone over and over and over last week. And it was annoying, but I just kept my mouth shut and kept driving. And he literally sat in the back seat, listened to a Rod Wave song over and over and sang it out loud. Not to the part where it's obnoxious, but he was singing. He asked me when he got in, can I listen to my phone, and do you mind if I sing? I said, no, I don't care, as long as it's not obnoxious. And it wasn't. So, but it was 37 minutes of the same song over and over. And it got to the point where I almost started singing along with him because I actually knew the words by this point. And Rod Wave isn't too bad. I mean, he's a local rapper from St. Petersburg, Florida here, which is local. So you got to support the local people. And he does good things here in the community. So anyway, so let's get back to this story. So I hope you've enjoyed this conversation. Another week has started. Yesterday, I didn't go out. I was being lazy. I literally didn't do anything yesterday. Today, it's almost noon, and I haven't gone out at all either. So being self-employed can be challenging because if you are a procrastinator like I can be, and if you are somebody that enjoys spending time at home like me, it's hard to get out of the house. But this week I'm working on my schedule, and I'm blending work-life balance. That's one of the things, of the reasons why I got out of my field of social work, is that I have had complete unsatisfaction in social work. It's sad to say that, but the demand on you is extreme. The pay is usually adequate, not great. And sometimes it's just frustrating. You get done at the end of the day and you feel like it was senseless and worthless, and people are just always wanting more and more and more. And you go home and you're just spent, and then you don't want to do anything for your own life. So that's why I stepped out of the field. Right now I'm doing this permanently right now. For this is my first actual full month, full time doing it. And as you see, I made 536 for 29 hours. So let's see if this week I can get to 40 hours. And that's the goal, is every week is to try to get to 40 hours. I'm looking at it as just like a regular job. At first I looked at it as a part-time job and I wasn't making any money. So now that I actually work and make it look like a full-time job, the best day I've had was 3 weeks ago. I worked 7.5 hours. I made $249. And that day I had all kinds of incentives. I had the streak zones, and also I had a bonus. If I had 30 rides, I got, I think, $30. So, it all adds up in the end. But $249 for 7 hours of work wasn't a bad day. So if I could have that same mindset and those same incentives every single day, boy, you could really make some money. But unfortunately, you don't get those incentives every day. So some days you might do 12 hours and maybe make $100. So I don't know. It's all subjective. So hey guys, thanks for checking in with me. I'll talk with you soon, and stay safe out there.